So if you're an Amazon FBA seller, the best, if not the only asset that you have is your status and account health with Amazon. Hi, I'm Joe with Strictly Commerce. If you're new here, I've been selling on Amazon for 5, almost 6 years, and I've done a ton of different stuff with Amazon, such as drop shipping, private label, wholesale, RA, OA, really everything that has to do with Amazon. And in the past 5, not going on now 6 years, I've had my store shut down 2 times and almost 3 times. And I could say for sure the number one biggest way to screw up your path to success with Amazon FBA, as well as to screw up your business and your livelihood, is to have your store shut down. Quick rewind, my store was shut down in May of 2020 during peak of COVID, and for 93 days, I had over $156,000 held with Amazon for something that I didn't even do. In fact, it was because of a credit card issue with Amazon. And if you guys didn't know anything about Amazon, you have to put a credit card on file as a seller. And this is that way they could charge your card in case of any refunds. Funny enough, when I got my card or when I got my account shut down from Amazon because of a credit card, they had no reason at all to actually deactivate my account because I didn't need a credit card on file because they had an account balance to actually charge from. Regardless, the times that I've been shut down were the biggest roadblocks and probably the hardest things to stomach within my Amazon FBA journey or business or, Ondivore in general. And so the biggest thing and the most important thing that you need to keep in mind is your status with Amazon is almost everything when it comes down to this business. Because if you're strictly just being an Amazon seller where you buy for less, sell for more, ship into FBA, do FBM, private label, no matter what Amazon business model it is, if you're relying on that cash flow from Amazon, the minute your store gets shut down, your money is basically on hold and Amazon is holding on to it and you have no access to it. That means that your credit card bills can't get paid down on your inventory. That means you can't pay your employees off of that money. It stops cash flow instantly. And if you guys are experienced Amazon FBA sellers, you know that this business is not get rich quick. It's really like make money slow, and cash flow is king. So when your cash flow shuts down, you virtually have nothing other than extra bills and debt that goes back to having to pay your vendors or your credit cards or whatever it may be. The thing that you have to realize is the number one asset in this business is your account status and health with Amazon, and you need to preserve that at all costs. Now, as you become a larger seller, this actually gets a little bit more lenient, which might not make sense, but let me explain it to you. Some of the big things that you could do as an Amazon seller are, number one, breaking terms of service. What does that mean? You are not allowed to drop ship from retailers such as, Walmart and Home Depot and stuff like that. But I don't think any of you are doing that, so you shouldn't really have to worry about that now. The next biggest thing that you can have is issues with customers if you're doing FBM. So if you're late on shipping rates and late on a bunch of shipments and having customers return and a lot of stuff, if you're utilizing FBM, that's a huge red flag if you don't take care of those issues. And that will really cause a high risk of getting your account suspended. The next thing is a very obvious one, but you're obviously going to want to be selling authentic products on the platform, because if you sell inauthentic products, it's only a matter of time that until Amazon catches up and suspends you and you don't have the documentation you need to prove your products are authentic. And now let me get you into the third time, quote unquote, that I got almost suspended. It was actually for authenticity complaints on products that were 100% authentic. Yes, literally. If you've been on the channel before, you've probably seen the old video. One day in July, Amazon gave us a cease and desist for Adidas saying we couldn't sell their products anymore. We almost got suspended because Amazon said that we had inauthentic, roughly 250,000 worth of Adidas shoes that were purchased directly from Adidas.
Come on, man.
And it was because of 13 customer complaints on authenticity on over 10,000 orders per month. So whatever percentage that is of 0.00001% of orders having an issue, they gave me 30 days to submit invoicing or receipts to prove authenticity on over $250,000 worth of inventory. So these things, the point here is that these things are going to pop up in your journey. So you want to make sure that you are combating them and ready for them. This means keep documentation of all the receipts and all the invoices of the inventory you're purchasing. Keep the receipts from your retail arbitrage trips. When you get an authenticity complaint, don't ignore it like I was doing because it doesn't matter because your stuff's authentic. Submit Amazon the documentation and take the 30 minutes that it takes to do so. Because if you get suspended and violate these things, Amazon's going to shut you down. And the biggest thing that we have as Amazon sellers is that asset of being able to sell products on the biggest online marketplace in the entire world. That's basically what we have to think about here. Amazon doesn't care about us as Amazon sellers, and they will shut us down instantly hold your money until they get a lawsuit or a message from the Better Business Bureau. They really don't give a shit about what your livelihood is. So what you need to do is take into account the fact that you need to take emphasis on making sure you keep your account health strong, making sure that your account health rating is above that 200 or 300 threshold where they won't instantly suspend you. And another thing that you might want to do is get a service like Seller Basics, where they're basically insurance that if you do get suspended, they will help you work through it rather than having to pay $5,000, $10,000 after the fact when you are kind of like broke in a sense that you already are suspended and have no access to your money. I can't emphasize it enough, guys. That's people that are doing shady stuff on Amazon, they will not last long. And all the people that you know, it's impossible for them to be making money on their products because you could see the pricing and stuff like that. Either one, they're operating at a net loss. Think pharma packs for you guys that are in tune with the community. And if not, think of the guys that aren't making money. They're most likely using some type of fraudulent label or fraudulent inventory.
That's fraud, and you're a criminal.
Or something that's not adding up if they're just not operating at a net loss. So don't succumb to these things.
And I'm not going to fall for it.
Because the number one thing that you have is your asset of being allowed and having the privilege, think about it as a privilege, to sell on Amazon. But with that being said, make sure that you keep an eye on your Amazon account health because it's the number one thing to make sure that you have a safe and successful journey as an Amazon FBA seller. If you need help with account health or need help in ensuring that you're taking precautionary measures to make sure that your account is in good standing and you're following Amazon's guidelines to a T, make sure you click the link down below and join our free Discord server where we go in depth on how to keep a safe account health and overall how to scale your Amazon FBA business. That's it for this video. Thank you for your business, and I'll see you in the next one.